It is better to be feared than loved, if you cannot be both.
Fear keeps us focused on the past or worried about the future. If we can acknowledge our fear, we can realize that right now we are okay. Right now, today, we are still alive, and our bodies are working marvelously. Our eyes can still see the beautiful sky. Our ears can still hear the voices of our loved ones. I think fearless is having fears but jumping anyway. Have no fear of perfection, you'll never reach it. Thinking will not overcome fear but action will. There is no such thing as paranoia. Your worst fears can come true at any moment. One of the greatest discoveries a man makes, one of his great surprises, is to find he can do what he was afraid he couldn't do. Fears are nothing more than a state of mind. I'm not afraid of storms, for I'm learning how to sail my ship. I love the man that can smile in trouble, that can gather strength from distress, and grow brave by reflection. 'Tis the business of little minds to shrink, but he whose heart is firm, and whose conscience approves his conduct, will pursue his principles unto death. No one ever told me that grief felt so like fear. True success is overcoming the fear of being unsuccessful. You are only afraid if you are not in harmony with yourself. People are afraid because they have never owned up to themselves. I may be compelled to face danger, but never fear it, and while our soldiers can stand and fight, I can stand and feed and nurse them. We should not be afraid to go into a new era, to leave the old beyond. Fear can be good when you are walking past an alley at night or when you need to check the locks on your doors before you go to bed, but it's not good when you have a goal and you are fearful of obstacles. We often get trapped by our fears, but anyone who has had success has failed before. Fear is the mother of foresight. There are very few monsters who warrant the fear we have of them. To him who is in fear, everything rustles. Fear is excitement without breath. We fear the thing we want the most. Prosperity is not without many fears and distastes, adversity not without many comforts and hopes. I fear the Greeks even when they bring gifts. Virgil, hate is the consequence of fear. We fear something before we hate it. A child who fears noises becomes a man who hates noise. Humble souls are fearful of their own strength. Grief has limits, whereas apprehension has none. For we grieve only for what we know has happened, but we fear all that possibly may happen. Fear is static that prevents me from hearing myself. There are times when fear is good. It must keep its watchful place at the heart's controls. There is no passion so contagious as that of fear. The fear of becoming a has-been keeps some people from becoming anything. We consume our tomorrows fretting about our yesterdays. Perseus, so then learn to conquer your fear. This is the only art we have to master nowadays, to look at things without fear and to fearlessly do right. If you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the results of 100 battles. The only thing we have to fear is fear itself. Always do what you are afraid to do. Thanks for watching. For more videos, click the subscribe button.